chunk size. So what's your favorite chunk size? And I'm asking this because obviously people have difference of opinion. So what's working for you under your particular use cases? I'll go to PC first, since why not?
Yeah. We have somewhere like 4 to 6 seconds right now. It's a question of trade-off. There are many different trade-offs to consider here, though. If the segment size is too low, obviously you're trying to get to a lower hand waving latency, glass to glass latency. Trade-off is that now you have many connections, many requests being sent. The protocol, the workflow becomes a little bit chatty, many number of requests per second that are coming in. But then at the same time, you're inserting a lot of IDRs or keyframes in the segments. Every segment starts with a keyframe. And so the smaller the segment size, the more number of keyframes that will be over the course of the playback. And that may not be efficient from a cost point of view because there are more number of bits being delivered. So many different considerations come into play. And then for us, specifically for Disney, we don't really have a use case for very low latency, which is where WebRTC is not in consideration today, or not in use today, I should say, more appropriately. For us, 4 to 6 kind of finds a nice sweet spot wherein we have a balance of good number of bytes being added to the payload, to the segments from an encoding point of view, but also achieve reasonable latency.
Okay. Jonas, now you've got a lot of different things that you're supporting. Why don't you give us a little bit of background on that?
Yeah, for basically the live streaming chunk size is 6 or 7 seconds. And we have a battle here because I do the TV broadcast and I also do the live streaming. I believe that is easier to delay the broadcast to be at the same time of the live streaming, but this is not possible. For soccer games, we have here a product that we call Premier, and for these ones is more expensive product. We deliver in 2 seconds the chunk size to reduce the latency. It's not a low latency strategy. It's just to give a better experience to these subscribers, and works well. I believe that the latency reduced in 3 times, but it's not the same when you're seeing the broadcast and the live streaming.
Right.
And I believe that is going to be a quite challenge because, like PC said, it's a trade-off. If you want quality, if you want to be resilient, there's a lot of things on the table to take your odds, you know.
We use 2-second segment sizes, and the reason we do so is for quicker channel change, right? Because as a TV service, you know, we find a lot of people flipping channels, and the ability to start more quickly when you do that is kind of important for our customers. We've also I read a paper recently, I think it was out of South Korea, that like for their use case, the optimal segment size, they did a whole bunch of experimentation and looked empirically at, you know, everything from like a 1/4 second to like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. And supposedly, and I haven't, you know, really looked at the math behind it, they said that the optimal segment size trade-off for both for bandwidth, for fast channel change, et cetera, was somewhere around 0.9 seconds.
Okay.
So,
and that's in the ATSC3 environment.
And that's in an ATSC3 context, right?
Okay.
For channel change. So obviously there's a particular scope and use case in mind there, but it's a trade-off.